and welcome to your outlet for outdoors and Western lifestyle news, The Ben Show. I am your host, Rebecca Wanner, aka Beck, and as always, we love hearing from you all, your comments, stories, ideas. Get a hold of us anytime, call or text 305-900-2363. Again, that's 305-900-2363. Or you can always email benradioshow@gmail.com. Ryan Long Shotgun, as always, is my producer, sound engineer, and co-host, Jeff Tigger Erhardt. And I'm happy to say we survived Thanksgiving. Holidays are on.
Everyone's safe.
Yes, everyone made it home. We did something a little different this year and hosted right after Thanksgiving the next day. Tigger and I took upon us and decided to do something different this year, and that was have an activity while all the family was home, meaning we got everybody out of Grandma's house over to our place. The guys were kicked out of the shop as girls took it over, and the guys had the cabin. And what we did was an activity, and I'm bringing this up because this might be something for you to do with your family while everyone's around. This time with the activity, what we did was around the holidays. I simply did making wreaths, decorating something to hang on the wall, take home with you to kind of kick off the holidays. But that's not necessarily what you have to do. I'm going to suggest you come up with something that is fun in your area and do that with everyone while they're home so they have a memory.
So you had kind of an activity planned where everyone could show up, they could make something, and then take that item with them.
Yes, and if you're wondering why I went down the route of Christmas wreaths is because anybody that knows me very, very well knows that I am a hoarder of Christmas decorations.
It is ridiculous.
Tigger's rolling his eyes. My brothers make fun of me. And we pulled down all of our Christmas stuff a couple days before Thanksgiving and realized, you know what? I've got more than we'll ever use. Why not we turn this into a giving back, and invited, of course, the sister-in-laws, the nieces, and everyone over to make something. That's why I'm bringing this up. If you're looking around your house and your place right now, as you're getting ready for the holidays, you might realize you have some stuff that you really don't need.
And especially if you're trying to find that perfect gift for someone, and we all try to do that, and you got to whittle the list down, right? I mean, it's kind of like inviting people to the wedding. You just got to cut it off at some point. This was a great thing that you could do for your friends, and it was just kind of your give back, your way of, here's your Christmas gift. I've got all this cool stuff. Come and enjoy it and make something and have some fun. And you had wine and charcuterie. The boys watched the ball game in the cabin.
Exactly. So I'm just kind of suggesting as, you start digging out your decorations, if you haven't already, you're going through things, maybe consider just having an impromptu get together right there in the old shop, okay? You don't even have to worry about the hassle of cleaning up your house this way.
And we are lucky because our shop is heated. So,
correct.
I mean, that's super lucky, and it's big, and we didn't even have to move vehicles or nothing. Well, one vehicle we parked outside, but other than that, we set some tables up and swept a little bit, and it was good to go. Had the heat on, and you had music playing. And
all right, so
Beck
there
was
you
happy.
go. We have kicked off the holidays here at the cabin. Let me grab some news for you. This crossed my wires. Now that we're done with Thanksgiving, and I know many of you have been taking photos of your trophies that you harvested this year, or you're doing the family photos. Now it's towards the end of the year. You're trying to find that Christmas picture to get printed and sent out everywhere. Well, according to the New York Post, they're saying that people are becoming overly stressed due to digital hoarding. Think about that, digital hoarding. How many photos do you think I have on my phone? I looked.
You have thousands, and none of them are organized.
I looked, and my phone has an expansion, so I have an extra SD card in it, and I hate to say this, I am well over 5,000 images on my phone right now.
That's a little ridiculous.
That's crazy. Okay, so I'm looking at myself in the mirror.
I organize mine into folders. I always start a new one that says 2024. At the end of the year, I plug my phone into the computer. I transfer that file onto the hard drive of the computer. Bam.
All right. So apparently I fall
Boom.
on this list. Tigger does not. This is just a wake-up call that before something bad happens to your phone, make sure you have all those photos backed up somewhere. And if nothing else, while you're looking for that photo to get printed as a holiday card quick, maybe clean up your phone with all the extra photos. They're just stressing you out. In other news, there's been a study done by the University of Birmingham, and they have found that a cup of hot cocoa can minimize the negative effects of stress on the heart, especially after...
So what's in the hot cocoa? That's what I got to say.
Well, they're saying
Is it Kahlua?
especially after indulging in junk foods, it turns out that cocoa, as long as you're not adding a lot of additives, cocoa has antioxidants in it that really help your immune system. And they really, truly encourage you to just consider having a cup a day, which is perfect because we're going into the winter months.
And the Kahlua doesn't hurt anything either.
Why do you have to tattle on me?
It's the holidays. You need to celebrate.
Yeah, a shot of butter rum isn't bad either, or peppermint schnapps. I agree with you on that one. Okay, for those of you that are Miller Lite fans, or you have that guy that's hard to shop for, or gal, if you haven't heard about this, Miller Lite has a beer pouring fireplace up for sale for over the holidays. You can celebrate with Miller Lite with this new beer pouring fireplace. They're calling it the Yule Lager. Yule, like Y-U-L-E, and then lager spelled L-A-G-E-R. The Yule Lager, yes, beer pouring fireplace. It's an LED fireplace, okay, with a burning wood loop, a chimney that pours smoke, and crackling fire sounds can be heard. And it's designed for fans to gather around with friends and family. And to purchase this, just simply Google Miller Lite Yule Lager.
I'm looking this up as we speak. This is really cool. This is not little. I
No.
thought this was something little. I mean, this is big. This actually simulates a fireplace.
And I think all of
This
us
is super
know
cool.
somebody in our friends or family network that might be one of those that collects beer stuff. Well, this might be a neat one to throw in their
Neat idea.
collection. All right, holiday baked goods. There's a secret that's out, or it's trending, we'll put it this way, on social media, and that is using instant coffee powder in your holiday baked goods. They say a lot of people are placing powdered instant coffee and espresso powder in their baked goods this holiday season to enhance flavor. The instant coffee is recommended for chocolate cakes. The trend, yes, it started on TikTok, and many are now adding the espresso powder to frostings, ganache, and cookie dough for a delicious twist. And you and I just watched a cooking show just the other day, and it was on primetime TV, and here they were doing just that. They were putting a little bit of espresso in their ganache, and I gotta admit, I think I might try that this year with some of our cookies.
What's ganache?
It's the frosting. That chocolate frosting. That's
Why don't they just call it frosting? Ganache. Nobody knows what ganache is, Beck. I mean,
because we're trying to be
we've got a
fancy,
million
okay?
people listening, and
We're
nobody
trying to-
knows what a ganache is.
We're trying to be fancy, and right now everyone's like, Beck,
Put a
you go
little
bake it,
ganache.
and we'll show up and eat it.
There you go. Bacon bits.
All right, the next thing I want to put on your radar, those of you that are looking at your big game hunting in 2025, I just want to give you a heads up. Start looking and planning now and looking at if there are any regulation changes that have happened. Just a reminder, those of you that have been dreaming about doing that Colorado elk hunt, starting in 2025, Colorado has implemented a number of changes to their elk hunting, including a draw system for tags and a reduction in non-resident hunting opportunities. So those of you that are used to doing the over-the-counter purchase, that's not going to happen anymore. They're implementing a draw system. Hunters will need to apply for tags by a deadline, and tags will be allocated through a lottery. This change is intended to manage hunter numbers and elk populations while improving the overall hunting experience. Non-resident archery elk tags. Heads up to those non-resident archery tags. That includes you as well. Over-the-counter archery elk tags for non-residents will no longer be available. Non-residents will need to apply for tags in the annual draw. This change is due to concerns about overcrowding, as Colorado has historically offered the most non-resident elk hunting opportunities in the West. So I just wanted you all to be ahead of the game on this one when you're making your plans.
And this includes us, because we had a dear friend of ours invite us out to go elk hunting and said, oh, it changes next year, so we need to put those dates on our books, and hopefully we'll get drawn.
And it's a good reminder right now as you're getting out your new calendars for 2025 to right away go and check all of these important dates so you get those put down on your phone or in your calendar. All right, we're going to take a short break. We've got more of The Ben Show right after this.
The hunt, the stories, the memories. This is Jake Fenrick with JB's Wildlife Designs. Let me capture and preserve that hunt, that story, that memory with a trophy mount to last you a lifetime. Look us up on Facebook at JB's Wildlife Designs to see samples of our taxidermy, and reach out at any time with any and all questions you may have. This is Jake Fenrick with JB's Wildlife Designs, wishing you and yours a safe and successful hunting season.
Hey guys and gals, this is John Arman with Ultimate Outdoor Adventures TV. Ultimate Outdoor Adventures TV travels the back roads to the backwaters in pursuit of the ultimate adventure in hunting and fishing. Join Team UOA every week for exciting action in the crosshairs of the outdoors. Catch Ultimate Outdoor Adventures TV on YouTube, Amazon Prime, and make sure to follow Team UOA on Facebook and Instagram to share in the ultimate outdoor adventure.
The holidays are around the corner, and finding that thoughtful gift is always the goal. We have the perfect idea for you. Meet author Rochelle Barrett, the Prairie Crocus.
I welcome you to my world, a collection of poems, love notes, and essays about ranch life, motherhood, and life lessons from the prairie in my new book, Anthology, and 2024 Ranch Life Calendar. Order both today at prairie-crocus.com.
Beautiful photos with words that speak to the heart and soul. Prairie-crocus.com, turning thoughts into writings from the heart. A perfect gift in time for the holidays. Welcome back to your outlet for outdoors and Western lifestyle, The Ben Show. I am your host, Rebecca Wanner, a.k.a. Beck, and Ride Along Shotgun, my co-host, Jeff Tigger Erhardt. Holidays have kicked off. Have you received the Christmas list for Dear Santa yet? Well, if you have or if you haven't, and regardless, you're in the shopping mode or mood, this is what you are supposed to be buying right now in case you didn't know it. Sporting goods. You got it.
Why do you say that?
Sporting goods. Right now is the best time of year to be purchasing sporting goods. And we're talking, say, your kids are in football. Grab those cleats. You've been dreaming about a new golf putter. Grab that because that is what's on sale.
Is that stuff out, though?
You will find it. Just ask. You will find it.
I didn't know it. Some of our local sporting goods stores, if they have like the golf and baseball stuff is out, or if it is the snowboarding and the hockey stuff in lieu of it.
You're, of course, going to find those winter sport activities. There's going to be larger displays for the hockey, yes, the ice fishing, etc. But typically, especially when you're talking Cabela's, Shields, Dick's Sporting Goods, they never put away all of the golf putters. They never put away all of their football stuff. What you're going to end up finding if you really search the deals is the deals. Now is when they're trying to get rid of that inventory for 2024 and roll out the new stuff that'll hit the shelves in January.
And check the price matching, by the way.
That is on my list.
Oh, did I?
I jumped ahead.
Sorry.
Well, what I'm trying to let you all know is, and these are excellent Christmas gifts, because think about it. This next year, are you needing a new tent? Are you needing a new air mattress? Are you needing new sleeping bags? Are your kids old enough now where they're teenagers and they might want to go on some camping adventures and they need their own gear? Right now, these stores are trying to get rid of the current stock they have so they can roll out with the new versions in the new year. And let's be real. Will there be that big of game changers? There never really is. There are always some improvements, I will say that. But I'm pretty sure a lot of us are learning to be a little savvy with the dollars we have. Keep the money in the pocketbook, versus spending it. So if you can save on some of these current models, I highly recommend it and give them as great gifts. Everyone will love it, and they will look forward to the adventures that are going to come in spring, summer, when the temperatures warm up again. Now, as Tigger said, price matching. That is huge. Huge. Price matching. Do not be afraid. Say, for example, you go to Shields. They're a big outdoors
Not a sponsor
show.
yet.
Nope, they're not a sponsor, but you find them a lot in the west of the Mississippi. Anyway, they are very good about price matching. Tigger and I, this summer, we bought a Solo stove. I went to Solo Stove's actual website, was able to simply just show the associate on my phone the price that Solo Stove was selling the same Solo stove, and they did not think twice. They matched the price.
We've had that a few different times.
Yes,
if there's like a sale of a particular item that you're looking, go to that actual website.
And I
they
did
match
that
it.
just a week ago because I needed a new winter jacket. I found it somewhere else on my phone. I was able to show the sales associate. They said, nope, no problem. I agree. And they price matched. So be savvy with your dollars this holiday season, and they'll go a lot further. For those of you that are wondering, did we like our solo stove, by the way? Because that's one of the big buys I would consider this year. Yes. We do love our solo stove. We've now had it for about 6 months, and no, they are not a sponsor whatsoever. However, we've both been impressed with it, I gotta say. We have the size that's a little bigger, the Canyon, so that everybody can sit around it, and we've really enjoyed it. Other gifts that have crossed our wires that we really like, those would be items that you can customize, and I'm bringing those up right now because you still have time. So think about it. Those gifts like, say, a Stormy Chromer, for those of you that don't know what they are. They're a fun winter hat. A lot of ranchers wear them. It is fun and neat when you can get one of those and then take it to a local embroiderer and have them put on, say, your cattle brand or maybe your last name or just something to make it a little bit more personable. Those are great gifts. I know Tigger mentioned the other day, you can order knives still and have them engraved maybe with an individual's name.
But remember, if you're wanting some of those custom items, you really need to check with those people if you're wanting something now that Santa's going to deliver, because they might have had their books full already before Halloween.
Correct. That's why I'm telling you to do this now, okay? These are those items. If you want them personalized, you cannot wait till tomorrow. You have to do it now.
But if you do not get something in time for Christmas, we've done this before. Order it anyway and give it as a birthday present, or have it for next year. If it's something that popped into your brain that you said, hey, this is the perfect gift for someone, order it anyway, because I guarantee you by the time their birthday comes around or next year at Christmas, you won't remember what the heck you were going to do.
Well, what I think is funny as we grow older, remember when we were kids and your parents your mom had that closet or a cupboard or something you were not allowed to go into?
Oh, yeah.
There's gifts in there. You don't dare go in there.
Did you go in there?
We become our parents. Yes, I did try, and
I did too all the time.
I got in trouble. Let's just put it that way. I won't say what happened, but yeah, I got in trouble. I didn't do that again, but we all become our parents. I'm going to put it that way. And now Tigger and I, when we find gifts for one another, for other people, we don't think twice. We just get it, buy it, and then we have it. And that's that much less stress next time an event comes about.
Yep.
My last little tip about staying ahead of the game is right now, everyone's hometowns, small towns, bigger towns are having their arts and crafts Christmas fairs. And you're sitting there going, oh, I don't want to go, but I'm telling you to go. And here is why. You're going to find other gifts that are going to help you out throughout the year. We just went to one in our town and we ended up coming home with a bunch of wine. You're like, what?
Oh,
you came home with wine?
Yeah.
But we did, because we got to actually speak with the folks that made the wine. They're locals, which made us feel great to spend the money with the locals.
And we had no idea that they actually had a shop that was about 50 miles from us that we go by several times. And now we were like, oh my gosh, the next time we buzz by the lake,
they have wine tastings, all that. So that's why we're telling you to go out, because sometimes you don't realize what's in your own backyard that's being made locally. And on top of it, we bought extra wine that we aren't going to actually drink. We're actually putting it in our gift box or our gift closet to give other people.
That wasn't the plan of the extra wine.
Anyway. Now you know, Tigger.
Not the plan.
You get like one bottle, okay? You don't need all 6. Those are just some tips to help you out as the holidays get a-rolling. Stay where you are. We're going to take a short break. Don't go anywhere. The Ben Show will be back right after this.
Is there that particular pair of boots or that shirt or pair of jeans that you just can't find anywhere else? Check out Medora Boot and Western Wear. Medora Boot and Western Wear is the go-to for boots, jeans, especially jackets, and even those hard-to-find accessories that make perfect gifts. Check out MedoraBoot.com, or better yet, give Kim a call at 701-623-1005 and tell Kim that Tigger and Beck sent you. For the latest in Western and outdoor practical and fashionable wear, there is only one, Medora Boot and Western Wear.
Howdy, folks. Do you have that young cow kid in your life and trying to find the perfect gift this holiday season? Look no further than the Happy Toy Maker. Order now in time for Christmas at thehappytoymaker.com and check them out on Facebook. Toys that last a lifetime.
Our shows, well, they're your shows. Is there something that you'd like to hear? A segment, perhaps, that you would like to have a little more often? Like something, don't like something, it doesn't matter. Let us know. Call the hotline, email us, or message us on social media. We love hearing from y'all.
This is Beck. First, I appreciate all of you for listening and making The Bend part of your week. Many of you have asked, how do I catch past episodes? The answer is super easy. Head to thebendshow.com and click on the Shows tab. There you can listen to every episode all the way back to episode 1. Podcasters, head to your favorite podcasting app and search The Bend. You'll find us. Be sure to follow and subscribe and never miss another episode again. Welcome back to your outlet for outdoors and Western lifestyle, The Bend Show. I'm your host, Rebecca Wanner, a.k.a. Beck. Right along shotgun, my co-host, Jeff Tigger Erhardt. Now, we may have hit on this a couple weeks ago after Tigger filled his muley buck tag, but I thought I would bring this up one more time, and that is for those of you that have harvested your big game meat and it's sitting maybe in your freezer and you haven't done anything with it. Right now, I know it is jerky sausage making time. Well, some of us don't have all of the equipment, or we don't have the time to get the equipment out to maybe say get that venison ground up, for example. And this is what Tigger and I did this year, just because we were short on time, we'll be honest. We actually, after we were done cleaning up our meat, we washed it, deboned it, all of that, we ended up calling around and finding out that our local butcher shop, we didn't even know it, is only 10 minutes away from us. Here, they had no problems. They were happy to take that meat in, grind it, and package it however we wanted to. And it was not that expensive. Now, of course, every butcher shop's going to be different, but where we are located, we were surprised. It was only $1 a pound to have it ground. They ground it twice, and we had them put it in 1 pound packages just so that Tigger can have fun when he makes his jerky, whether he wants to mix it with pork or beef or something like that. Anyway, I just wanted to bring that idea up because wouldn't you say, Tigger, that was slick?
Well, and it wasn't the butcher that you would take a beef to.
Correct.
Like a whole critter and have it processed. Not that. It was actually on Main, in our town, and they have the meat counter and they have the retail store, and we went in there just to have it ground, but we're surprised that they did that. I didn't think that they would do that. And I mean, it was kind of a game changer.
We were shocked. We brought in, 50 pounds of venison. It was a very big muley deer that Tigger harvested, and we had it back to us too within 2 days. How awesome is that? So in case you're kind of against the wire, there's a lot of activities going on this time of year. Might be worth a holler to one of your butcher shops just to find out if they would do that for you.
And then you don't have to get everything dirty.
Exactly.
Grind it up and do all the mixing. Everybody hates the cleanup.
Here's a little secret thing too. When you take it in, they'll probably ask you, do you want any seasoning added?
Yeah, do you want to put pork in it, or what do you want to do?
They'll customize those packages for you. And then guess what? Those make great Christmas gifts.
And we just had ours ground. We didn't turn it into jerky because I'm doing that myself.
Yes, we have a dehydrator.
We just had it ground.
So speaking of that now, if you're looking for a great Christmas gift, a dehydrator. Look at yours. Is it older? Ours was older. It was time for it to put it to bed. We'll just put it that way. We got a new one. I got Tigger a new one for his birthday earlier this year. And wouldn't you say it was kind of a game changer there,
This
Tigger?
was incredible because the old dehydrator, if I would make just a few pounds, I had to rotate all the meat out so many times. And now I can do 10 pounds at a whack. Boom.
Yes, so I did talk about the dehydrator last week on that show, but head to our show notes. Thebendshow.com is where you'll find those in case you're looking for a Christmas gift that's right around that $200 price range. It's a great one, and you'll use it all year long.
And FYI, if you're turning your deer into jerky, it's going to be considerably less time than if you're using a lot of beef for your jerky because there's hardly any fat in the venison. Just FYI.
Oh, that's a great tip to share with
Just
everybody.
remember that, yeah.
And why don't you share this? You were a little bit surprised too with the with it having been ground with a professional grinder versus a typical grinder, there was also a little bit different consistency.
It was a little different texture. Yeah, it was a little bit different, but the jerky turned out great.
Oh, it's always good when it's homemade.
Yep.
Like I said, again, those are great gifts. So consider this as a Christmas gift option for that hard to shop for person. Make them a basket of, say, some of your sausage, your jerkies. Throw in maybe a bottle of whiskey with it. Pair it with that for the guys. Maybe some wine for the
wine
ladies.
That we bought that apparently I don't get to keep.
Throw in a little cheeses. I'm telling you, make your own gift baskets of what you have. Then you know it's going to be something that people will enjoy because you know what? We all have enough stuff laying around. And that's a wrap for this week. Remember, folks, keep sending in your questions, your ideas, especially if you have anything that's spot-worthy we need to share, maybe a recipe we need to test in our very own cabin kitchen, as well as your area's field reports. That number again, call or text anytime, 305-900-2363. Again, that's 305-900-2363. Or you can always email bendradioshow@gmail.com. And if you missed part of this show or you want to hear past episodes, you can find them all on the website, thebendshow.com. And be sure to subscribe on your favorite podcasting app and to The Ben Show YouTube channel. Finally, a big thanks to all you listeners that came along. And whether you're coming or going today, stay with us as we ranch it up. And remember to keep up with me, Beck, all week long by following The Bend on Facebook and on Instagram at The Bend Show. This is Rebecca Wanner. Catch Beck if you can next week on The Bend.